factor, but somehow it just managed to cling on to its own vote share and managed to win. Is probably going to form the next government in Karnataka on its own, or maybe even if a couple of seats less, probably with other independents or so. But it seems that Karnataka is heading for a Congress government. Karnataka is heading for the defeat of the BJP. The writing on the wall, as far as the exit poll stats are concerned, it is very clear. The entire game plan, whatever BJP hoped for, didn't work. Now it seems that taking a cue from here, how much BJP can help before the parliamentary election to recover the ground, what they can do. I mean, they can take solace in the fact that the Congress has not gained on BJP's account. It was the split of the BJP. They can take, still they can try to figure out the ways to bring those voters back into the fold and prepare for the next parliamentary election. But as far as the C voter exit poll states is concerned, the C voter exit poll clearly telling that BJP government is facing a huge anti-incumbency wave in Karnataka. The party is split, the votes are split, and Congress is winning by default.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deshmukh, for joining and sharing those details with us. Well, if you go by C voter exit poll, it's pretty much on the wall. The writing is on the wall that Congress, in all likelihood, should form the government in Karnataka. But as they say in cricket, it's not over till it's over. So I guess we'll have to wait for 2 more days. On the 8th of May, we'll get the results. And then, of course, there will be somebody who will be celebrating. There'll be others who might be regretting. Well, to discuss it further, I'm also joined in by my colleague, Bansi Kalapa, another very senior journalist. Thank you so much for sparing time and joining us, Bansi. I'll come to you in a bit. Before that, let's head across to Mr. Anwar. Firstly, I would like to sincerely tell you one thing, sir. I feel genuinely sorry for BJP for squandering a wonderful opportunity that the party had. After working so hard, they came to power in Karnataka, the first state in South India.
Thank you. Thank you for the concern. But in the meantime, I'd like to ask one question. In the first place, when they see what they did the last time, the prediction 2, 2008, what did they predict? 1. Another thing, even last time, most of these predictions were that BJP will get about 65 and the Congress will get about 105 to 110. Last year's predictions, just before the election, on the day of the polling too. But like when the counting started, it was 110 to BJP, and Congress was 82 and rest was 60 and all kind of thing. I remember last year too. And I'd like to know how authentic these C voters are, whether they have done it earlier or for the first time they're doing. And according to me, it is not very correct, and the prediction will be totally wrong. And this time, one thing I'd like to tell everyone that whoever predicts whatever it is not going to be correct at all. Because every voter this time had held their cards very close to their chest.
Okay.
Nobody opened it up. Nobody opened it up.
Which is a wonderful thing in a democracy. I
totally agree. Everybody held the cards very close to their chest. Nobody ever told this is I'm good, this is I'm good. No. Even the very close friends who were great supporters of various parties, when they asked about it, they said, no, let's not ask this question. They asked, because I just returned from Bangalore. Which is a bastion. Like, and I met a lot of these old professors, lecturers who were very good supporters of Congress, supporters of BJP, all the kind of thing. None of these guys would answer, except one person by just misfire answered. So what I'm saying is, nobody ever can predict this time's election results at all.
Okay, so Marksparty, considering that the election result prediction is true, the question is, what went wrong for you?
No, if you think it's a correct one, then I would say it's only the infighting.
Okay, we still have plenty of time. To actually discuss this.
True.
Let's find out what your prediction is. Let's assume for a minute that this is absolute rubbish. This is absolutely wrong. Let's assume that BJP knows where exactly it stands at this point in time.
I would say,
how many seats would you give to BJP?
I would say BJP and Congress will be somewhere equal between 75 to 85. 3 this side or that side. That's exactly what I'm.
Which is still a bit of a downfall compared to what you were in 2008. What would you attribute that to?
Which one? Because
if BJP falls down to about 75.
That's mainly because of infighting, and not because of the performance. Performance were extremely good. Because of infighting, we have lost that many seats, about 20% of seats, we would have lost. Because of the infighting.
So would BJP still look at forming the government again if they come in that range of 75 to 80?
It all depends on who are our partners.
Well, there's a very famous saying in English, numbers, statistics are more like mini skirts. They reveal a bit and they hide quite a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're revealing quite a bit over here or hiding quite a bit. So we'll leave it for 8th of May to figure out what the results are.
You said it right.
But let me ask Mr. Gabriel, what exactly are your views on this particular opinion poll or exit poll?
This exit poll, I think, more or less is on the right track. Maybe there could be, as they said, 5 to 10% this way or that way. But if, assuming this projection is correct, I would feel Congress has lost at least 10 to 15 seats easy by messing up the seat allocation and maybe all the infighting during the distribution of tickets. And if Congress is able to get this kind of number of seats, then Congress should really, it is not because of any of the Congress leaders or their charisma. It would be definitely because of Mr. Yediyurappa. They have to thank Mr. Yediyurappa for giving them a victory. So I would definitely think Congress would never have reached this figure. It would be more or less like Mr. Anwar said, more or less like the BJP. And again, even for the voter turnout, again I feel, because a lot of candidates, MLAs who won from a party, from Congress or JDS, even independent, they went and changed their loyalties. And they were repeated by-elections, in several constituencies. If a candidate dies and then there is a by-election, then it is a different matter.
My colleague Bansi has a very interesting point to make. Bansi.
Manapadi, this is a survey that was carried out reportedly by the BJP's, at the BJP government's insistence by certain intelligence agencies. And in this survey, which we haven't been able to reveal on the media, this survey points to 105 seats for the Congress.
Okay.
So if you feel C voter is biased,
No, it's not biased.
if you feel C voter is biased, we will just show you this survey.
Bansi, please. I never said they are biased.
No, we will just show you the
this is
survey
not
on
correct.
camera. This survey points out to 12 seats. This survey points to 12 seats in the city going to Congress. And across the state, if you see, Congress has 105 going by this survey. And
Bansi,
this
what
survey,
I'd like to ask
the ironic thing is, the BJP government orders a survey and which gives 105 seats to the Congress.
I agree.
That's the irony. So,
When was this? Could you kindly tell me when was this?
this was just a few days ago when
I'll
the
tell you.
poll...
No, I know about it. This was about, I would say about 12-13 days ago. And the improvement what you have done in the last 1 week is stupendous. I'm telling you, stupendous. And as you said, you said your 12 seats are going to give to Congress. I do not know. But we have considerably improved in Bangalore itself, whereby we'll probably score 16 plus.
But is that good enough?
16
Is that
plus
good
out
enough?
of 28.
It's like 11th hour study.
No, last
Even
time
if
it was
talk about-
18, but I would say more than 18. But to be very modest, I'm telling you, 16 plus will definitely score in Bangalore.
Out of 28,
Yeah.
your estimation is 16 for BJP,
Plus.
12 for Congress.
No, I wouldn't say. There is JDS who's going to come in. JDS is going to take some seats from in Bangalore this time.
Like what numbers?
Well, that I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I'm as
Here-
of now.
here this is
and,
constituency-wise. If you see-
I know. I've seen that report. I've seen that report.
I will tell you Congress what it has.
Fine.
If you look at only the city of Bengaluru,
Okay.
they are talking of Yeshwantpur, they are talking of BTM layout, they are
Yes.
talking of Pulkeshi Nagar, Sarvajna Nagar,
Yes.
Beatrayanpura.
See, I'll tell you.
Nagar,
You'll be on the 8th. You'll come back and congratulate me. I know what you said is correct. I'm telling you.
saying 75-80 seats for BJP.
Which one? I would definitely say plus.
And 16 and
I would definitely say plus.
and 16 seats for BJP in the city.
Yes, 16 plus. 16 plus because
but-
at least about 3 or 4 constituencies is touch and go. 16 clear
like
and
which
3
ones?
or 4.
Like which
3 or 4 touch and go.
Like which ones?
Probably I would say Shivaji Nagar is touch and go. Shivaji Nagar is touch and go, and Sarvajna Nagar is touch and go, I'm telling you, just touch and go situations in about 3-4 constituencies.
But
I'm telling you.
Shivajinagar and Sarvajnagar here, according to this survey,
Yes.
are both going to Congress comfortably. Let me tell you another
Yes.
fact of it.
Okay.
This survey report also points out that there are certain constituencies which, if Congress works hard, they keep constituencies also. I'm not speaking of them.
Okay.
And if you look at those, they include Baswangudi, they include this.
I'll tell you,
This says
Bansi,
border case.
Bansi, take it from me. This report I know very well. It's about 13-14 days ago. And I promise you now that this has totally changed the last 1 week. The change that has taken place in the entire state is phenomenal. It's phenomenal changes have
What
taken
kind of a
place.
change? What kind of a change in 1 week's time that could
1
heavily
week's time
influence and skew the voters completely?
it is the BJP's graph going up. BJP going up.
What
I'm
exactly
telling you,
did you
when we
do to-
started, we are much lower than that. A month ago, what you said is correct. We are much lower than that. 13-14 days ago, we came to that kind of a level. In the last 1 week, the way we have taken off is something phenomenal that you'll see on 8th. I'm telling you.
So your final numbers will be 75-80.
No, no.
75-80 plus.
80 plus.
Fair enough. That's a
With
great
16
degree
in
of...
the city.
16 plus.
We will talk about it on the 8th.
Definitely, Bansi.
Shashwati, okay, you have been sitting quiet for a while now. Your views on See Voter exit poll and the entire debate that we had so far?
Well, I just have 2 basic points to make. One is Mr. Deshmukh spoke something about an anti-incumbency wave. I don't think there is one. At least, to my eyes, I didn't see anything like a wave. Because if there was a wave, the numbers should have translated to a much larger victory for the Congress. The numbers don't kind of match up to the wave that he's talking about. If there is a subsurface wave and the numbers actually translate into a much larger story for the Congress, then perhaps, in hindsight, we can say there was a very strong, there is anti-incumbency for sure. The story of this election really, I think, is something that we are all talking about, is that the Congress, and I'm saying this with the risk of Shrikamurthy sitting on my left, Congress is its best enemy. And I think this was a grand opportunity